Coming to you live from East Atlanta. We back here again. About to get frustrated with this demon time python. And, we're just gonna keep on trying until we get to that aha moment. So, right now, we about to do some conditionals, and I hope you learned something from this video. Let me go ahead and turn that off. Meltdown mitigation. Alright. Let's go ahead and get it. Alright. In Python, if-else, a contraction of else and if, and else statements are used to control the flow of execution and make decisions in a program. Unlike many other programming languages, Python versions 3.9 and below do not offer a formal case switch statement, instead using multiple if statements to serve a similar purpose. Python 3.10 introduced a variant case switch statement called structural pattern matching, which will be covered separately in another concept. Conditional statements use expressions that must resolve to true or false, either by returning a bool type directly or by evaluating as truthy or falsy. So here we have two variables with 10 and 5 as their value. So if x, which is 10, is less than y, print x is greater than y. I don't know why they did that, but anyways, when paired with if an optional else code block will execute when the original if condition evaluates to false. So if we switch it around right here and we do if x is less than y, print this statement, else print this statement right here. LF allows for multiple evaluation branches. So 5, 10, 20, and we do some evaluations. Boolean operations and comparisons can be combined with conditionals for more complex testing. So like in the last time, I tried to do an if and else statement with the conjecture. So in here, we're defining a function, which is the number. So if there's a number put in and we modulus 3 and it's equals 0 and number equals, say, fizzbuzz. So basically if we divide and the remainder equals 0, and if we divide it by 3 and 5 and we get a remainder of 0, we say fizzbuzz. But the trick is that and it can't just be one true and the other false. It has to be both. If you wanted to just one true, you can put an or, but with an and, you have to do both. Alright, so let's go get into it. See if we can figure this out. Oh, Lord. Alright. Let's just do task by task functions to prevent a nuclear meltdown. Alright, let's get this first function. Actually, let's cut it, because we really don't. Let's put it right here. Alright, the first thing a control system has to do is check if the reactor is balanced in criticality. You know what? Let me go ahead and just put that back, just in case. The first thing a control system has to do is check if the reactor is balanced in criticality A reactor is said to be balanced in criticality if it satisfies the following conditions. The temperature is less than 800 K. The number of neutrons emitted per second is greater than 500. The number of temperature and neutrons emitted per second is less than 500,000. Implement the function is criticality balance that takes temperature measured in Kelvin and neutrons emitted as parameters and returns true if the correct you know what I'm trying to say, y'all. Alright, so we have variables temperature, int or float, temperature value in Kelvin. This one is throwing me off. Neurons emitted, int or float, number of neurons emitted per second is criticality balanced. The reactor is said to be balanced. Okay. Alright, let's give it a try. So my first thought right here. Oh, it's two variables. Okay. I'm not too sure what they mean, temperature in Kelvin. They don't have like things. Okay, so let me just keep. If it doesn't ask, don't do it. I learned my lesson. Alright, so first thing I want to do is an if statement. If let's say, so they said takes temperature and temperature is less than temperature is is less than, yeah, less than, right? This is to the left. Less than 800. Or actually, the temperature, hold on, the reactor said besides the number of neutrons emitted per second is greater than 500. Second is less than 5,000. Alright, I think I'm gonna do something like that. Something like this. But how? Alright, so let me just do it like how if temperature. Alright, let me do this right here. Temperature is greater than 800. I want to print let's see, temperature. Actually, let's do it like this. Because I do have to. And what I want to do is put an elif, right? Elif, yeah. Elif. Actually, I should really do a like evaluation. I think that's pretty much what it is. All right, let's just continue. Let's continue. Actually, let's just do it like this. I'm making it so hard on myself. If temperature less than 800. 800. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put these together. I can do another elf, but the way that I'm setting this up is, hold on. So if temperature is less than 100 and neurons emitted, but I also have to figure out how I'm going to put this and where I'm going to put this. And this product thing is throwing me off. Product. When I think of product, I think of addition for some reason, man. Okay, let's just try it. Let's just try it. That is, yeah. Alright, this end statement is throwing everything off. Why? Why is it throwing everything off? Can I not do two ends, or no? Okay. It's cool. Let's print it out and say, oh, I have to do boolean. Oh, no, hold on. There's pretty easier way to do this. Return. Return. What am I returning? Not sure if this will throw it off, but I'm gonna just input it just to see what it does. There's probably an easier way to do this, honestly, and actually give the booleans. I gotta check that. Let's run a test and see. Oh yeah, we didn't pass. Okay, this looks like we have an indentation. Oh. Failed. What? Good. This is not for variant. This is not helpful at all. Call function return actual result. What did you expect? Can you tell me? Can you give me a hint? Can you just do something? God damn it. Alright, let me see here. I might just have to do a if, else. Yeah, I might just have to do that. See what happens. Alright, get this right here. So first thing, if temperature is less than 800, print actually no, hold on, because it did both of it. It always have to have a direction. That's what I'm saying. This is less than, this 750 is less than 800, so it's going to return back, and it's going to end. All right, and it's giving me different values as well to trip me up. Oh my gosh. And now I'm thinking I should use a while loop. While no while loop. Man, oh man. All right, what do you mean the product? You see, this is not helpful at all. It says expected, like it's supposed to be something right here, but oh, okay, never mind. Hold on. Function add false. Cold is a function return, but the test expected false. Hold on 1 second. Just delete this. Get back to this. Alright, now let's put these 625 and 800. Let's see what I got back. I got back a true, but the test expected false. Okay. So this did not meet a requirement. The fuck? You just said it, right? So if temperature is less than 800, so this is the temperature, and neurons emitted per second is greater than 500, and the product, which I'm pretty sure, but the test expected false. Yeah, what? What? And then, what the fuck am I seeing this for? You're looking at they are different. We figured this out before. Oh my gosh. We figured this out before. And I can't remember how did I figure it out. Oh man. The end is supposed to, something going on with the ends. I can't remember how we got rid of this. Because I've seen this before. And oh, what is this? It's not it. Oh Lord, I can't remember. I really can't remember, and I think that's what's throwing it off. I gotta look back on different the past videos, but I can't remember. This one, I'm not too sure what's going on. Because it should be false. Either way it goes. So I'm not too sure why. Why. And I gotta figure this one out. Oh my gosh. The function return function. And I don't know why. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video and figure it out. Alright, so I look back on the video, and the video said, well, I was missing a parentheses right here. And when I closed it up, it worked. But I just don't understand why it's giving me this. Oh my God. I don't know. It's beyond me. So just do that. Really? Gosh. Alright. Still doesn't make sense why it's doing true when it's supposed to be false. Yeah. If and it can never just be easy, can it? Alright, let's see. It's gonna throw an error, but let's just see. Let's just see. Yeah. And I came back with true when it's supposed to be false. But it's still saying it's giving me this. Well, still, yes. I don't understand this though. Oh my gosh, that means I have to break it out. But I don't know how to break this out. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it. Satisfies one of these. I'm now reading. It's still going true. What is going on? It says if it's the. Okay, hold on. Brain is working. It is working, y'all. It is working. Alright. Now, is so if let's do temperatures first. If temperature base is yeah, print true, or is it true? Yeah, true. Or there's a better way to do this. There's a better ways to do this. Anyways, then we have if elif. So that's why reading is fundamental. Copy, paste, we print true. And then we go ahead and do else. Oh, I'm sorry. elif, which is temperature and then we print out true. And then we got our else, which is this right here. Else, just print out false. Oh, sorry. Then we call it. No! I thought I had it. Come on, please. Just give it to me. What am I missing, y'all? What am I missing? What am I missing, y'all? Please tell me. Oh my god. It says if it satisfies the following conditions. Why is it giving it false though? Is the question. I'm doing this correctly. I just don't know why it's. Yeah, I'm stuck. And it's 9 o'clock. Alright, okay. Lord. I don't know what is going on. Why is it giving me this? Like, what is going on? Am I not reading the directions properly? I have to return the bool. Yeah, return the bool. Okay, let's do some research. Yeah. I'll change it in a minute. Let's do it now. Before I just get out of my element tonight. Oh my gosh, what is going on now? Ain't return jack. Now why is that not working now? Why is it not working? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. There are 8 comparison operators. Yes, I know. They all have the same priority, which is higher than that. Let's just move on right now. I'm getting out. I'm tired right now. And I want to end this. Alright, a volt is enter a float. Enter a float power that corresponds to 100% efficiency. So that's supposed to return a string. Efficiency can be grouped into 4 bands. green, which is the efficiency. Oh, the percent value is calculated as for generated power. Huh? Oh. So I'm supposed to do some math first. Alright, let's see here. The percentage value is calculated as generated power divided by theoretical max power times 100, where generated power equals voltage times current. Alright, so I'm not too sure. So one thing that I noticed we're gonna have to do first is we're gonna have to go ahead and get the generated power. So voltage. First of all, generated. Let's go power equals voltage times current. Alright, so we get generated voltage. Then we have to go ahead and do PEMDAS. We gotta do the generated voltage. And we're gonna have to divide that by theoretical max power. And we're gonna have to multiply it by 100. And now I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the efficiency. Alright? Or I didn't give it a value. Yes, so if efficiency is 80% or more, so greater than or equal to, are we putting actual numbers, percentage, or? Honestly, I don't give a fuck. 80% or more, I want you to go ahead and let's go ahead and print it. Print green. And let's just do it how we see it. No, none of that. Okay, cool. Then we do another LF. Could I do and not? Alright, moving too fast. Efficiency is less than 80. Sorry, 80 at least. And at least, so I want to say equals 60. Print orange. statement. We got red. Oh. Alright, something is going on. I feel like I have to turn these into floats. And not floats, the integers. Or do I have to turn them into floats, or? Comparison operators, comparison and Boolean operations can be combined and used with conditionals. Conditional expressions must evaluate to true or false, else can be used for a code block that will execute when all conditional tests return false. If the length of the word item is greater than or equal to 3 and is okay, isn't that what I just did right here? If it satisfies the following conditions, if, meaning if, bruh. know. I really don't know. What makes it orange? Am I calling the wrong variable? These directions are so unclear. What do you mean by percentage value, bro? The percentage value is calculated as generated power. Generated power. I just don't understand. Percentage value. What the fuck is this doing? Oh my gosh. Man, I don't know. This is beyond me. And it's printing out green. It's printing out green. Huh? Can you go back, sir? Hold the fuck up. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold the fuck up, man. Hold on. What? this up for me. Cause ain't no fucking way. What? Return 5e5. What is 5e5? Motherfucker, isn't this what the fuck I just did this whole fucking time? No. Hold on. What? What was the directions, sir? What was the directions? Below 60%. At less than 80%. But at least 60%. Less than 80%. But low than 60%. That's some shit. That is some shit. This, I don't know what the fuck going on right here. 5e5. What is 5e5? 5 times 5. No, 5 squared by 5. Isn't it? God, I can't do this. Oh. Sir. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this means. The E stands for x times 10 to the power. I'm pretty sure. You know what? Let me stop before I talk shit. Hold on. Let me see. It's like the teacher who swear they taught you this, but they never did. Just teaching me raised value. I understand. Read document. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright. Just didn't get there. That's what it was. That's what the fuck it was. Listen, I'm not. This is just ridiculous right here. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna say how to raise to the power in Python. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. But I'm still trying to figure out where Burman is getting this E crap. 5E5. Listen, man. But this, I was almost there, as you can see. I'ma just take my win. I was almost there. So give myself a pat in the back. Alright, so this is a whole lot better. 5. Less than 800. Close this down. Less than 800. Stay true. Why did you do that? I don't even know. Oh, you trying to... Oh. I did it differently. But if temperature is more than... If temperature is less than... I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. You see, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. Because I was thinking about it too. I was thinking about why in the F is it returning? It's not supposed to be returning all of this. But look at there. I'm not the only one. Oh, product. That's why. Hold the fuck on. It's still gonna give me true. Still gonna give me true. Because it's supposed to be true. I don't understand why I have to work backwards. That doesn't make any sense to me. And didn't I do this right here? If temperature, I changed it to or, but I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did this. It's right here. It is right here. Pretty sure I did that. Ain't no fucking way. I just... I'm pretty sure I did that. I knew I did that. I knew it was going the right way. It's just product did not equal plus, apparently. To find a product of a... Because I know damn well this means. I could have sworn product means applying. I know I'm not tripping. What does product mean in math? Learn the definition of a product, whether it applies to addition or multiplication. But it's saying it's a result of multiplication in Wikipedia. So I guess I was right there. I Yeah. I was right there. But it's cool though. Now this one, I know I'm not tripping. I did the same thing. I just changed this to medullas because I'm thinking like maybe it needs to be rounded up. Fucking same variable, same variable name. I did it. I just didn't. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I think of that? I'm over here putting and. Why did I not think about that? This just makes so much sense. Because it says it right there in the directions. Efficiency of less than 80, but at least 60%. But he did greater than. And I did less than. But it just blows my mind how close I was. And this just made so much sense. So the efficiency why is you doing 80%? Oh, I see what you're doing. Wow. You learn something new every day, bruh. Like, I didn't understand because I was just not thinking out the box. I was just thinking about the direction and how I would solve it in my terms. I wasn't thinking about, okay, maybe if I put this right there. I wasn't thinking about that. That's crazy. That is crazy. With this one, status code danger. Criticality, temperature times neutrons produced per second. If criticality is less than the threshold, 10% of threshold. So why did you do 0.9? Temperature is not in the above. I'm not too sure what this means right here. Maybe because I didn't really took a stab at it. But I have video documentation that I took a stab at these two, and I just couldn't understand what was going on. So, to make this short, same fucking thing. So I'm just gonna keep it. But yeah, let's do this right here because I'm trying to figure out what this is. Oh Lord. Yeah, let's not do that. Let us not do that. Oh, horrible. Horrible. Alright, pretty sure it's saved. But I'm not trying to go through all of that at all. So let me just go ahead and do this right here. Let's debug it. Whatever. Alright. Let's look at the directions first before we even do all this. Alright, instructions. Your final task involves creating a full fail-safe mechanism to avoid overload and meltdown. This mechanism will determine if the reactor is below, at, or above the ideal criticality threshold. Criticality can then be increased, decreased, or stopped by inserting or removing control rods into the reactor. Implement the function called fail_safe, which takes three parameters: temperature measured in Kelvin, neutrons produced per second, and threshold, and outputs a status code for the reactor. So if temperature multiplied by neutrons per second produced per second is less than 90% of the threshold, output a status code of low, indicating that control rods must be removed to produce power. So we have status code danger. So what he did is he set a variable and gave it a value danger. He made sure to get the criticality, which is temperature times neutrons produced per second, and he did an evaluation. So what he did, output a status code of low, indicating that control rods must be removed to produce power. So I'm trying to figure out where he get threshold from. Oh, threshold. I not. Oh, temperature per second. So one thing I really need to work on is my math, because I would never get this right here. Threshold, which I'm pretty sure is 90% times times, or it should be divided, honestly, but I'm going way beyond my point. 9 is 81. So if the criticality was less than 81, the status code would be low. And if the threshold, which I'm guessing, if the value is within 10% of the threshold, so either 0 or 10% less than the threshold, at the threshold, or you see all these words, the reactors is in criticality, and the status code of normal should be in output, indicating that the reactor is optimum condition and control rods are in an ideal position. So he did an ELF, which is threshold, and the threshold is 5,000. So 5,000 hold on, what? Oh, sorry. What's going on? Can we step? sidestepping. All right. I'm looking at it. So threshold. So 10% of the threshold, but I don't understand why. Where do you get the 0.9 from? See, all of this is just math. So we have 90% divided by 5. I don't know what I just said. So I did 90. Why did I do 90? Why did I put 90? 90% of threshold. So 90. Why did I do 90? Listen, man. You know that's time for me to go to bed. What I'm... Alright, so this is weird. Alright, 90%. I'm sorry. 5,000. Is it 5,000? 90%. Yeah. 4,500. Yeah, I really gotta work on my math, y'all. Because now I'm confused. Where did Broadman get the 0.9? I'm pretty sure threshold is 5. Alright, you know, let me stop overthinking shit. 5,000 times 0.9. I understand that. So it's the 90%. He got the 0.9 from 90%. If I'm not mistaken, 90 divided by 100. Okay. I see now. With the 10%, so either so what it wanted, I'm sorry. So temperature plus minus. So I'm guessing less than 10%. So the threshold is 5,000 times 10%. I mean 90%, sorry. It's 4,500. It's less than or equal to criticality. I don't know how much criticality is, but the threshold times 1.11 10 divided by 100. Not too sure where he get the 1 from on the left, but I think I understand what's going on now. He just converted those percentage to decimal floats, and I'm assuming he just, in that kind of questions, no, because most of this wasn't really percentages, or this was, honestly, but it was an integer either way it goes. Yeah, that's all I have for tonight. It wasn't too bad. Now last night was bad, I'm gonna tell you that. Last night was horrible. Because I was tired, I was burnt out, I was just everything, and yeah. But safe to say, I really gotta buckle down on my math. It's just the math that throws me off. Keep giving me numbers. And it failed. It failed. All of it failed. Oh, subtext one. What is it getting? What happened? What's on your mind, bro? It's the same blasting thing. If temperature is less than 800 and euros is more than 500 and temperature times neutrons emitted is less than 500,000, print true. Else, oh shit, yeah, that's why it didn't work. That's why the return didn't work. But anyways, like I was saying, the F-U-C-K. Why is this not working? What happened? Hello? Do you really? Oh. Okay, sorry, y'all. But it ran, so I fucking know. It ran. And I got my outcome. So that's all that mattered, honestly. Still fucking failed. Wow. What? Nah, I just want to go sleep. Because it usually works when I have a print. So, I don't know. That's the most stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. It's literally giving the same fucking thing. The same fucking thing, bro. What was so different than what I got? What? What was so different? Please tell me. Somebody tell me. What was different than what I had? Not a motherfucking thing. Anyways, why is this throwing an error? Does it really want me to return stuff? Is that why it's... So it wants me to return stuff, basically. That's why. So it can't be any type of print statement, nothing. Just straight up return. That's nice. Actually, that is so nice to know. This is what, yeah, I'm not doing that. I wonder if it matters if I have... Yes, it does. See? Directions were unclear. So now I have to do returns. Can't do any print statements. Just straight up returns. Just keep this. Doesn't quite matter, does it? Yep. So now I have to do returns. Great. It's awesome, y'all. It's awesome. Oh, but you can do print statements and instructions, but I can't do my fucking print statements. Whatever. I'm done with this. Just submit it. I'm tired. I don't give a fuck. Continue anyway. Mark is complete. No, I just want to mark this exercise is complete. And yeah. Yeah. I do want to come back to some of these and actually clean them up. Especially this last function. I wanted to start doing single responsibility on some of these, if it's possible. But yeah, I hope you guys get a good night rest like I'm about to do. Peace.